Starting out with a frost advisory for most locations today. More about that coming up in just a moment.
Right now this morning, La Crosse City Council votes today on a new position that would help the mayor, but some council members say the city can't afford it. Seth Padilla is live with those details. A ceasefire between Israel and Hamas starts today after 2 years of war, when the hostages could be released. And many older adults struggle with online portals. AARP offering some classes to help. We'll show you how. Thank you for joining us this morning. I'm Alexandra Carter on this Thursday, October 9th. It is 6 a.m. Time to wake on up. Might want to get a jacket this morning. We'll send it over to Art now. He's tracking all of these weather changes for us. Time to bust the jackets back out.
Yeah. In fact, we're not as cold as we were yesterday, but the thing is, it feels it. You know, you can just feel it. It's a still night out there right now, holding on to the possibility of areas just shy of Rusk County as well as Eau Claire County. That you can see most of that rain, frost is working down towards Black River Falls and La Crosse, and then all the way into the central portion of the state, working out to Green Bay. We'll find ourselves getting into some sunshine after we diminish the cloud cover as well, holding on to a few clouds this morning, giving way to at least partly cloudy to mostly sunny skies to finish out your day. You can see it's quiet out there right now and still for La Crosse, and so that means that frost is going to have a better chance of developing. There was some fog earlier on, but right now you can see La Crosse is in the 40s still, and because of that, that's a big difference holding on to what's going on in Sparta at 29 degrees and 27 in Black River Falls. You'll hold on to some temperatures that still work in the 40s and the 50s and the 60s into the afternoon. Eau Claire will follow suit with 30s, 40s, 50s, and 60s. Again, plenty of sunshine for all. We'll have a few high clouds sticking over for Eau Claire. You can see more sunshine for La Crosse as well in the forecast. So please have a wonderful day and be safe out there.
Thank you, Art. La Crosse City Council has a full agenda today, including a vote on a new director of operations position. News 8 Now Seth Padilla is live at City Hall with more on what's at stake. Seth.
Yeah, Alexandra, City Council is going to be meeting this afternoon to vote on two major spending proposals. Now, the first is a new director of operations position. That would pay $188,000 and help the mayor with day-to-day responsibilities. Now, the position did fail in the Finance Committee last week 4-2, but the full council gets the final say today. This all comes as the city is also considering a separate city administrator position. The two are similar, but differ in who they report to.
I think we're putting the cart before the horse, and I think both need to be discussed at the same time. We should be looking at eliminating positions, given the budget constraints that the city is being faced with.
The council also votes on a $623,000 bike lane safety project. A state grant would cover about half the cost. And the meeting is this afternoon, and we'll have that update on News 8 tonight. Live at City Hall, Seth Padilla, News 8 Now this morning.
All right, more updates to come there. Thank you, Seth. To the Middle East now, where Israel and Hamas agreeing to a ceasefire deal. The Phase 1 agreement calls for the release of all remaining Israeli hostages, maybe as soon as Monday. Bradley Blackburn has the details.
Celebrations in Tel Aviv and Gaza after the U.S., Israel, and Hamas said they've struck a Phase 1 deal for a ceasefire and hostage release. President Trump took a victory lap last night on Fox News.
This is peace in the Middle East, and it's an incredible thing.
This video shows the moment President Trump told family members that the hostages will likely be released early next week.
The hostages will come back. They're all coming back on Monday.
The White House says the Phase 1 deal calls for Israel to withdraw its forces behind an agreed-upon line within 24 hours. Once that happens, Hamas will have 72 hours to release remaining hostages, including the bodies of the dead. Israel believes 20 of the remaining 48 hostages are still alive. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is convening his government today to approve the deal, calling it a national and moral victory for Israel. Meanwhile, Hamas says the deal will also lead to the exchange of Palestinian prisoners and the entry of more aid into Gaza.
Gaza, we believe, is going to be a much safer place, and it's going to be a place that reconstructs.
This announcement comes just more than 2 years since the bloody Hamas attack on Israel that killed about 1,200 people, with another 251 taken hostage. The Hamas-run health ministry says more than 67,000 Palestinians have been killed during Israel's offensive in Gaza. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News.
News of the deal bringing bipartisan praise from members of Congress, including Republican House Speaker Mike Johnson and the Senate's top Democrat Chuck Schumer. 3 people accused of scamming hundreds of thousands of dollars from a La Crosse couple is arrested. Malcolm Sterling was picked up in Vermont and in court yesterday. His bond set at $1 million. Fadair Rockhead and Shanice Reeves were also arrested. Gavin McIntosh and Tanya Rockhead have active warrants. The group is accused of hatching a sweepstakes scam that cost a local couple more than $450,000. And La Crosse police investigating a shooting on the city's south side that happened late Tuesday in the 900 block of Hood Street. Police say several shell casings were found, and they're asking anyone with security cameras to review your footage and let them know if you see anything. Eau Claire drivers could see their wheel tax more than double under a 2026 budget proposal. The local vehicle registration fee, known as the wheel tax, is currently $24 in Eau Claire. The 2026 proposed budget would increase that to $50. Officials say it's to increase funding for local projects.
Would go towards the city, and that would have to be used towards transportation related costs to help offset some of the inflationary pressures we're having, maintaining our pavement and replacing roads and so forth.
The budget still needs to be passed by Eau Claire City Council before the changes are official. The Trump administration might sell student debt to the private market. For borrowers, your loan terms wouldn't change. Protections like fixed interest rates, income-driven repayment plans, and forgiveness would also stay intact. Federal law allows the sale only if there's no cost to taxpayers.
It's going to be very hard to find a private loan market that wants to take on these loans. You know, they can't be sold off in a way that reduces the value of those loans.
The administration hasn't made a decision when it comes to selling the debt. Medicare's annual enrollment period opens next week. There are some big changes to be aware of. News 8 Now's Allison Fergit explains.
A number of Medicare Advantage plans are pulling coverage from the area, leaving thousands with having to find a new insurance plan.
Everybody's petrified.
Courts will no longer offer Medicare Advantage plans in certain Driftless area counties, including Vernon County. Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield is also pulling coverage on the west side of Wisconsin.
It's different in every county, but a lot of plans are being impacted. I think statistically, nationwide, it's 2 million people are being exited or off their plans.
Along with Vernon County, Tesca says Wisconsin's Jackson, Crawford, Juneau, and Richland counties will also see coverage losses. Minnesota's Winona and Houston counties, too.
I've been doing this for 41 years, believe it or not, working with Medicare, and I will say of all those years, this is the biggest changes that I've ever seen.
Hundreds packed into a Viroqua meeting about the changes, with many more having to be turned away at the door.
Healthcare is very important to people. It's very expensive, and we need people to wake up and realize this and do something about it.
Tesca says there are 2 major reasons for the plans being pulled. One is the limit on prescription drug costs.
What happened was that when you limit out of pocket to $2,000, somebody's got to pay for that. So what happened was the liability was on insurance companies, so now they have to pick up that extra cost.
The other reason for the exits, changes to Medicare itself.
All Medicare Advantage plans negotiate a price to take care of their services with Medicare. They contract, and a lot of those pricings or the contracts they negotiate with Medicare were cut.
Tesca says if you are losing coverage, it's a good idea to reach out to a local independent insurance agency to go over your options.
A lot of times we can tailor a plan so they don't have to change their doctor. They can keep the same doctor, keep the same pharmacy.
But Vernon County residents say politicians should be doing more to help.
I'm hoping that people remember all these issues and these problems when they go to the voting booth the next time. But how we are going to live through the time until we get there, it's going to be very difficult.
Open enrollment for Medicare opens next week on the 15th, and it'll close December 7th. Reporting in Viroqua, Allison Fergit, News 8 Now.
And State Road Elementary getting a major expansion approved by voters last November. The La Crosse School District broke ground yesterday on that project. That'll combine State Road and Hintgen. The expansion includes updated classrooms, common areas, and other facilities.
The school board took their recommendations and developed a referendum, and our community came together to support it at 60% approval. And so it took a lot of different folks working very hard to make this project a reality.
Engel says the $10.5 million project should be completed mid-school year next year. And in West Salem, students will soon have new spaces to learn construction and automotive skills. You see the school breaking ground here. This was yesterday on a career and technical education center and a fitness facility at the high school. Voters approved this one in a referendum last year.
West Salem, provided support for this referendum. I think it shows the support for the trades and the career and technical education that we already provide, but that we desire to expand upon. And I think that gives back to our community.
The $28 million project was approved in November. And the city of La Crosse starting hydrant flushing Monday. The maintenance will start in the northern end of the city, then move south. It'll last 2 to 3 days. Because of this, you might notice lower water pressure or discoloration. The city says just run your tap until your water clears. The La Crosse Adventure Film Festival now underway with 5 days of films, stories, and outdoor events. It opened with Wild Women Wednesday at the Pump House, a night of films spotlighting women in adventure. The week includes everything from storytelling at Mount La Crosse to kids rock climbing at UW La Crosse. Organizers say it's all about getting people out there.
It's community building. So we have this great partnership with the Rivley and the Rivley Arts District, who are such huge contributors to our community. And I think it's just this gathering space where people can come and have this shared experience.
Each day also features a $1,000 giveaway to other local organizations. The time now is 6:11. Still ahead on your morning news, a worker shortage is squeezing the food supply, how some producers are already feeling it. An Amazon Ring rolling out a new feature. Privacy advocates aren't happy. Toyota owners, a new recall could affect your vehicle's safety. And a scammer is targeting older adults. Your parents could be next. We'll tell you how to talk to them about staying safe online. For now, we're sending you to break with something to put the good in your morning. M&M's is offering free candy delivery on Halloween. If you run out of treats or trick-or-treaters, you can order free M&M's on the website starting at 4 p.m. on Halloween, and the candy will be delivered in under an hour if you live in an eligible area. As you start to wake up, leaving you with a quick wake-up call of downtown Cedar Rapids, Iowa. Looking nice and serene on the river this morning. Stay with us. Your morning consumer news is next.
Support local businesses by shopping at A1 Vacuum Sales and Service in Jackson Plaza. Make cleaning a breeze with great service and high-quality vacuums. Discover the perfect vacuum for your unique lifestyle. Shop local. Shop Jackson Plaza.
Right now, you're busy taking care of the people you love. Let Window World take care of the place you live. Window World, America's exterior remodeler. Improving homes, changing lives.
The independent living is really nice because you have your own apartment and it's just like living at home.
Although I thought I was way too young to be moving in a place like this, finding a welcome home was just like finding a home.
Live your life the way you want to and don't have to worry about all the other chores and insurance and things like that.
I like that we get a balanced meal.
Those little helps really help me to be independent.
The Medicare annual enrollment period runs from October 15th to December 7th. With so many choices, it can be overwhelming. At Strive Medicare, we cut through the confusion, helping you find the plan that's right for you. We're your local Medigap insurance advisors right here in the Social Security building in downtown La Crosse, and ready to answer the questions face-to-face or over the phone. Don't go it alone this annual enrollment season. Call or visit Strive Medicare today.
You already know. Derek Van Orden voted for the largest Medicaid cut in history. Nursing homes may be forced to close. Rural hospitals in Wisconsin at risk of closure. And tens of thousands of Wisconsinites could lose health coverage. But did you know Van Orden's vote could raise electricity costs in Wisconsin $300 a year? Also, Van Orden could give wealthy elites another tax break. Tell Derek Van Orden, stop making us pay more.
At Johnson Tractor, we know farming isn't just a job, it's a way of life. That's why we're proud to be your trusted New Holland dealer, delivering top-of-the-line equipment and unmatched support. From the field to the barn, our team is here to keep you running strong with reliable service and expertise you can count on. Johnson Tractor, your New Holland dealer of choice. Visit us today and experience the difference.
Support local businesses by shopping at A1 Vacuum Sales and Service in Jackson Plaza. Make cleaning a breeze with great service and high-quality vacuums. Discover the perfect vacuum for your unique lifestyle. Shop local. Shop Jackson Plaza.
Well, good morning to you. Taking you back out to Black River Falls, looking at the traffic right now. Traffic is fine. Visibility is out to 10 miles out there. 27 degrees still, so that means frost is really going to affect folks here. In fact, you can actually see out in the distance here. I'm trying to see if that's on the lens, but it's not. We're holding out. Thought there was a little frost on the lens. We'll hold on to City Cam. Quiet morning for La Crosse as well. Current temperature still in the 40s. Not much change at all. We had that fog that kind of started working its way over the river valleys, and eventually, as it was trying to get to downtown, it just subsided, and of course, it quelled. Holding on to 37 degrees right now as you get into it. Holding on to the possibility of a seasonal condition. We'll get back to the kids holding on. Still a little bit chilly up in Eau Claire as well. Holding on to near 62 degrees, possibly in the forecast. As we get into the day, you get back into the sunshine for the forecast. Holding on to 50s and 60s. Get up to about 68 for La Crosse today, possibly maybe 67, somewhere around there. We'll hold on to Eau Claire. You've got the cloud cover diminishing. We got more coming back again later on in the evening, and then you're going to be seeing temperatures getting up to those middle 60s in the forecast, possibly. Highs for Thursday all around. You'll see 66 for Eau Claire, Trumpelos 68, La Crosse 67, 69 as you get from New Albany all the way down into Lansing, 68 for Prairie du Chien, and over in Boswell at 68 degrees. Sparta, after having some chilly temperatures this morning, or cold temperatures this morning, you're looking at 68 degrees. Black River Falls at 67 degrees as well. What's going to happen as we roll right through it? Those beautiful sunflowers out there for tomorrow. Morning showers. We have overnight showers coming in around the 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, going all the way to about, say, 6 o'clock in the morning possibly, and then diminishing. We'll have, again, sunshine, and then, of course, after the cloud coverage diminishes there as well. We'll hold on to Eau Claire, similar conditions. Cloudier skies up there. Then they drop back down to partly cloudy skies. Then sunshine will prevail for the better part of the day for you as well. You get into the highs for Friday, a little breezy and gusty out there as well. 60s widespread to the 70s from La Crosse, working down to Prairie du Chien, 66 for Eau Claire. That's a look at your forecast. Back to you.
In your morning consumer news, immigration restrictions could lead to food shortages. The Labor Department says restricting and deporting migrants has created a labor shortage in agriculture, increasing the risk of food supply disruptions. The Ag Secretary suggested that Americans on Medicaid could fill those jobs, but the Labor Department says unemployed Americans don't want agricultural work. Amazon is adding facial recognition to its Ring cameras and doorbells. The new feature lets homeowners tag familiar faces in the Ring app, but privacy experts are concerned that people are being recorded without their consent. The feature launches in December, and you can turn it off. Toyota is recalling nearly 400,000 trucks and SUVs over a faulty backup camera. The recall affects Tundra and Sequoia models from 2022 to 25. A software glitch can cause the backup camera screen to go green or black, leaving drivers unable to see behind them on the screen. The dealer will update the software for you for free. A recent survey by AARP found 2/3 of older Americans say they don't keep copies of important information online, most because they haven't gotten around to it or they simply don't know how. Jen Sullivan talks about why it's so important to keep those digital copies and ways to talk to your aging parents about navigating the digital world.
The vast majority of hospitals and doctors' offices are now using online portals to help patients manage appointments, look up test results, and pay bills. But if you're not digitally savvy, it can be overwhelming to navigate.
We realize people need extra help for this.
Tom Camber is the executive director at the Older Adults Technology Services. It's part of the American Association of Retired Persons, known as AARP, and offers a variety of free courses in person and online through the website seniorplanet.org. It helps older patients understand how to use these patient portals and how to protect their information online.
A lot of it is understanding what's there and what you can take advantage of. People use them for setting up their appointments, but they don't use them for managing their medications.
AARP also has resources for how to talk to your aging parents about keeping digital copies of important documents like birth certificates, copies of a driver's license, health insurance, documents about health issues, and information about prescriptions.
Start by asking questions. What have you already done? What are your plans? What's important as we get into the next phase of our lives here? And how can I help you succeed with this stuff?
Camber says older adults should also keep digital copies of vital financial information like bank statements, investments, credit card information, home insurance, and any deeds.
The best place for them is stored in the cloud with password protections.
Camber recommends they share access to specific information with a spouse, child, accountant, or financial planner. I'm Jen Sullivan.
Let's look at your consumer news. We'll send it over to Art now. He's got an update on the forecast.
Okay, as we get into it here, I'll take you back to the zones here just so you can see what's happening. We'll have whatever cloud cover we have dissipate, giving way to some sunshine today for your forecast. So expect that and some upper 60s as you go all the way down to the middle 60s in the forecast as well. We'll be looking at down to the Prairie du Chien area, 68 degrees for you there. Then once you roll up into the central portion of that area, you're looking at, say, Soldiers Grove, 67 degrees and sunny. Back up to La Crescent, you're holding on to mostly sunny skies, so a few high clouds drifting in there. Back over to La Crosse, you'll have some high clouds as well. 67 degrees for you, and then back up to Osceola, you're holding on to, again, 66 degrees there. And then back up towards Eau Claire, you have 66 degrees, mostly sunny skies. And then up by Ladysmith, you're holding on to more sunny skies up there as well, with temperatures around 65 degrees, more of those middle 60s as you work in the forecast to the east. That cloud cover tries to come back in. As I told you, a lot of dry air is still kind of working through the area right now as well. It's still coming in from the west coast as well. We'll continue to do so. That's why we're having such nice looking temperatures and seasonal. We'll get back into it. As you can see, by the time we get in the 4 o'clock hour, temperatures are in the 60s, middle 60s, low 60s in the forecast, and that cloud cover hasn't made its way over because it's diminishing because the dry air is just eroding and taking it down. Then eventually by the 8 o'clock hour, we see the cloud cover finally start to make its move in as we cool down back in the 50s. We'll get that rainfall by the Minnesota area, of course, and you can see it continues out of the Twin Cities, works its way towards Eau Claire gradually. There's the leading edge of the cold front. Then it starts to sneak back over to La Crosse. We have Eau Claire as well, holding on to the possibility maybe a shower to a storm associated with that right by Eau Claire. Down to La Crosse, more showers, and they're almost light to moderate. They're a little bit on the lighter side right now, but then they turn to moderate as we go between the 10 o'clock hour, 12 o'clock hour as well, going into the forecast, with the leading edge now working towards the central portion of the region up to the north. You see it by just east of Ladysmith, getting down to Black River Falls. That's in it right there. Sparta's in that as well. La Crosse is on the weaker edge of that. Then eventually that gets out with the back edge starting to form again. Another line starts to try to develop. You'll see more shower potential going in. That's 3:30 in the morning hours, while the major bulk of that is heading towards the Green Bay area and out to the lake. We get back into the 6 o'clock hour, you're seeing drier skies come back in. You're seeing Eau Claire and partly cloudy skies. La Crosse holding on to mostly cloudy to partly cloudy skies in the forecast. That gets out of the way. By 8 o'clock, we're drier. We'll hold on to that getting out of the way again with more dry conditions working in the forecast. By the noon hour, we're looking pretty good. Holding on to 4 o'clock as well. 60s back into the forecast. 9 o'clock, we go back in the morning with some frost ending. Then we get back into the day where you're looking at a good looking day to a start. So frost again for Friday, Saturday, possibly on Sunday. We get into highs for Friday with the 60s and the 70s in your forecast. We get into the wind gust tracker up to 26 mile per hour wind gusts. That continues to break down as we get into your afternoon, or I should say evening commute. Saturday will hold on to 60s widespread in the forecast. And as you lower right back into it, we have more rainfall potential coming in for your Sunday, going right back into your holiday as well. So you can see that continue on. A little shower activity coming in, about 30% chance of that occurring for Monday.
Thank you, Art. A California jury ordering Johnson & Johnson to pay nearly $1 billion over its baby powder. The family says it caused cancer. We'll have those details just ahead.
Coming up at the Blitz, a recap from the Brewers' one-run loss last night to the Cubs in Game 3 of the NLDS. Plus, a familiar face will once again be suiting up for a Wisconsin basketball team. I'll tell you who's going where next.
It's good to know your Touchstone Energy Cooperative is always there. For generations, we've powered the growth of our community. Today, our commitment is stronger than ever to provide affordable energy you can depend on and keep you connected to what matters most, now and for generations to come. Touchstone Energy Cooperatives, your source for power and information.
Your local Culligan expert helps you take control of your home's water with the world's most efficient softeners and drinking water systems. Culligan also gives you more control of your wallet with a variety of payment options. For better water and finances that fit, contact your local Culligan expert today.
I lost my son to an accidental drug overdose. This is why we created the George Ford Recovery Foundation to champion drug use awareness, funding, and solutions so we don't lose any more kids. You know, there's an effective, simple solution. Narcan kits help save lives in seconds. They're required in schools in many states, but sadly, not in Wisconsin. Help us become the next state to implement them and save lives. So please call your state senator today.
It's Hy-Vee's one-day sale, Friday, October 10th. Hy-Vee eggs, just $1.48. Hy-Vee chicken breasts, 2 for $4. Halos mandarins, 3 pounds, just $3.97. Pork chops, 69 cents. Ragu pasta sauce, 99 cents. Save on Hy-Vee potato or tortilla chips and canned pumpkin. Plus, you'll find even more great deals across the store. Save in-store and online, one day only. Friday, October 10th, only at Hy-Vee.
We see you out there doing things your way. So why shop the same retail giants as everyone else when you can find the same trusted products at unbeatable farm and fleet prices? Like $10 off assorted men's and women's Wrangler retro jeans. Men's Rustler jeans, $16.99. Rewards members save an extra $1. All Fram oil filters are on sale, 20% off. Plus, we offer Blaine's best price promise, guaranteeing you the lowest price with us or we'll match it right here at Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Be an original.
Taking you right inside the action, Friday Night Freddy.
Every Friday night at 10, right here on News 8.
News 8 Now, Sports.
Welcome to the Blitz. Well, after defending their home field with a pair of wins in the first 2 games of the NLDS against the Cubs, the Brewers unable to bring out the brooms against their I-94 rivals last night. An error on defense helped Milwaukee get out to a 1-0 lead, but Chicago counterpunched immediately. Michael Busch sending out his second leadoff homer of the series. Then later in the first, Pete Crow Armstrong delivering with a clutch hit with the bases loaded and 2 outs to give the Northsiders the 3-1 advantage. Brewer offense did what they do best, and that is chip away at a deficit. Jake Bowers with the base knock into shallow right center to score Sal Frelick. Then in the 7th, it's Bowers making it just a 1-run game with an opposite field blast into the first couple of rows of the bleachers out there in left, but there would be no late inning magic as the Cubs force a game 4. Here's the losing pitcher Quinn Priester on his outing.
To be honest, I felt really in control, just was a bad day. Need to find how to make the adjustment. You know, I think you can say it, you know, even when you're nervous, there's an adjustment to be made. You know, when you're not feeling right, there's an adjustment to be made. When something, you know, anything, there's an adjustment to be made, and I just didn't make that adjustment today. And like I said, that's entirely on me, and it's definitely a tough pill to swallow.
And the Phillies won last night against the Dodgers, so the Brewers and Cubs will play at 8:08 on TBS tonight. And a familiar face will be back playing in Wisconsin soon as the Wisconsin Herd, the G League affiliate for the Bucks, acquiring the rights to former Lacrosse Central standout Johnny Davis from the Westchester Knicks. Davis was the 10th pick in the 2022 NBA draft by the Wizards. Last season with New York's G League team, he averaged almost 14 points per game as well as 4.6 rebounds in just over 31 minutes per contest. The Herd's home opener is Tuesday, November 11th. All right, that does it for your Morning Blitz. Hope you join me back here later tonight.
This Friday through Monday, everyone gets up to 50% off list, plus an extra 15% off already reduced prices. It's Slumberland's Customer Appreciation Sale. October 10th through 13th, shop our wide range of furniture and mattresses at Slumberland Furniture.
Here at Schneider Heating, we have a huge emphasis on culture, getting along, working together. We follow through on our promises, and we get the job done.
We will do what we need to do to ensure that you are safe
comfortable, and happy. We have a lot of veteran installers who really care and even more put their mind at ease by installing Carrier equipment.
We're not just putting in a furnace. You know, you're hiring the whole company. You're hiring our service department, our install department, just a ton of experience. We're very helpful.
We can play the role of the main focal point why somebody's coming into La Crosse. They're gonna go check out the restaurants, the bars, the other things, the other events that might be going around in town, and we all complement each other so well as a community. It makes it so special to be a part of this region.
As we're bringing in additional income, it allows us to give out additional raises, and the quality of life is going to expand and go right with that as well.
The Power of Tourism, brought to you by Explore La Crosse.
At Wisconsin Veterinary Orthopedics, our goal is to help you and your pet in times of need. We specialize in the gold standard for cruciate ligament repair, the TPLO.
I was amazed to see Bear up and running again so soon. They really took good care of him.
Piper had TPLO surgery and is already running again weeks later.
Fetch made possible, one knee at a time. Contact Dr. Mark Hine at Wisconsin Veterinary Orthopedics for an orthopedic consultation today.
Convenience is a big factor. We're right here in Onalaska.
We're local. You know, we've been here for a long time. We take all insurances. We service and repair many different makes and models of hearing aids. Even if you didn't get your hearing aids with us, we'd be happy to take a look at them.
If your hearing aid is still under warranty, we can do some warranty work for you there.
You know, just walk in. You know, you don't have to have an appointment. I'm happy to help if I can.
Our family is helping your family. Better Hearing Center, Onalaska, next to St. Pat's Church.
What should I do next?
Western has the answer.
Do something that excites you.
Do something fun. Do something that shows your skills.
Do something that gets you hired to do what you love.
You can do it all at Western Technical College. Choose from more than 90 programs. Invest in you, spend less, and get hired fast. Take that next step. Apply at Western today.
Do something for you.
This Friday through Monday, everyone gets up to 50% off list, plus an extra 15% off already reduced prices. It's Slumberland's Customer Appreciation Sale. October 10th through 13th, shop our wide range of furniture and mattresses at Slumberland Furniture.
Well, good morning to you. A frosty start to your day. More about that coming up in just a moment.
Right now, this morning, La Crosse City Council voting on a new position today. Some council members say the city can't afford it. Seth Padilla is live at City Hall. And a ceasefire between Israel and Hamas starts today after 2 years of war, when the hostages will be released. Medicare's annual enrollment period opens next week, but a local insurer is dropping several local counties. Thank you for joining us this morning. I'm Alexandra Carter on this Thursday, October 9th. It is 6:32. Good morning to you all. We'll send it over first thing to meteorologist Art Jarrett over there in the Weather Center. What are you tracking for us today, Art?
I'm trying to figure it out. It's so dry out there right now. All the fog we had earlier is gone now. It's dried out, yeah. And the rainfall that we have on the models is really looking like it's kind of fizzling out too. But we'll still get some in the overnight hours. Right now, we'll hold on to that frost advisory that's in play. That goes all the way into 9 a.m. It is not in Rusk County, nor is it near Chippewa Valley. We'll hold on to the possibility of that continuing to move on as we go into your forecast. I'm going to take a look here as we continue to pass through this. You will see the conditions to be like this. We had seasonal and sunny skies today, holding on to some late night showers coming in, say around the 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock hour, and the overnight all the way to about 6 a.m. tomorrow morning. So you may get a little bit of the wet holding on to your forecast. We'll also find ourselves finishing out. You can see a little bit of the milky sky out there now as the sun is trying to rise. That is absolutely gorgeous, by the way. We'll also find ourselves getting into current temperatures. 34 in Eau Claire, 29 in Sparta, 40 in La Crosse. Big difference right there. 27 in Black River Falls like they had yesterday, 37 in Prairie du Chien. You'll get into forecast with sunshine for pretty much the clearing skies right now for La Crosse. We'll hold on to 60s getting into your afternoon. Eau Claire will follow suit with the low 60s there as well. Back to you.
Thank you, Art. La Crosse City Council has a full agenda today, including a vote on a new director of operations. News 8 Now, Seth Padilla live at City Hall with more on what's at stake. Good morning, Seth.
Good morning, Alexandra. Yeah, City Hall is going to be meeting this afternoon to discuss two major proposals.
The first is a new director of operations position. That would pay $188,000 and help the mayor with some day-to-day responsibilities. Now, that position did fail in the Finance Committee last week 4-2, but the full council gets the final say today. This all comes as the city is considering a separate city administrator position. The two are similar, but differ in who they report to.
I think we're putting the cart before the horse, and I think both need to be discussed at the same time. We should be looking at eliminating positions, given the budget constraints that the city is being faced with.
The council also votes on a $623,000 bike lane safety project. A state grant would cover about half the cost, and the meeting is this afternoon, and we'll be sure to update you on our evening newscasts. Live at City Hall, Seth Padilla, News 8 Now this morning.
All right, more updates to come for sure, Seth. Thank you for that one. And turning now to the Middle East, Israel and Hamas agreeing to a ceasefire deal. The Phase 1 agreement calls for the release of all remaining Israeli hostages, possibly as soon as Monday. Bradley Blackburn with the latest.
Celebrations in Tel Aviv and Gaza after the U.S., Israel, and Hamas said they've struck a Phase 1 deal for a ceasefire and hostage release. President Trump took a victory lap last night on Fox News.
This is peace in the Middle East, and it's an incredible thing.
This video shows the moment President Trump told family members that the hostages will likely be released early next week.
The hostages will come back. They're all coming back on Monday.
The White House says the Phase 1 deal calls for Israel to withdraw its forces behind an agreed-upon line within 24 hours. Once that happens, Hamas will have 72 hours to release remaining hostages, including the bodies of the dead. Israel believes 20 of the remaining 48 hostages are still alive. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is convening his government today to approve the deal, calling it a national and moral victory for Israel. Meanwhile, Hamas says the deal will also lead to the exchange of Palestinian prisoners and the entry of more aid into Gaza.
Gaza, we believe, is going to be a much safer place, and it's going to be a place that reconstructs.
This announcement comes just more than 2 years since the bloody Hamas attack on Israel that killed about 1,200 people, with another 251 taken hostage. The Hamas-run health ministry says more than 67,000 Palestinians have been killed during Israel's offensive in Gaza. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News.
News of the deal bringing bipartisan praise from members of Congress, including Republican House Speaker Mike Johnson, as well as the Senate's top Democrat Chuck Schumer. And 3 people accused of scamming hundreds of thousands from a La Crosse couple is arrested. Malcolm Sterling picked up in Vermont and in court yesterday. His bond was set at $1 million. Fadair Rockhead and Shanice Reeves also arrested. Gavin McIntosh and Tanya Rockhead have active warrants. The group is accused of hatching a sweepstakes scam that cost a local couple more than $450,000. La Crosse police investigating a shooting on the south side. It happened late Tuesday in the 900 block of Hood Street. They say that several shell casings were found in the area, and police are now asking residents there to check their surveillance cameras if they have them and let them know if you see anything suspicious. Medicare's annual enrollment period opens next week. There are some big changes that you need to be aware of. News 8 Now's Allison Fergit reports.
A number of Medicare Advantage plans are pulling coverage from the area, leaving thousands with having to find a new insurance plan.
Everybody's petrified.
Courts will no longer offer Medicare Advantage plans in certain Driftless area counties, including Vernon County. Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield is also pulling coverage on the west side of Wisconsin.
It's different in every county, but a lot of plans are being impacted. I think statistically, nationwide, it's 2 million people are being exited or off their plans.
Along with Vernon County, Tesca says Wisconsin's Jackson, Crawford, Juneau, and Richland counties will also see coverage losses. Minnesota's Winona and Houston counties, too.
I've been doing this for 41 years, believe it or not, working with Medicare, and I will say of all those years, this is the biggest changes that I've ever seen.
Hundreds packed into a Viroqua meeting about the changes, with many more having to be turned away at the door.
Healthcare is very important to people. It's very expensive, and we need people to wake up and realize this and do something about it.
Tesca says there are 2 major reasons for the plans being pulled. One is the limit on prescription drug costs.
What happened was that when you limit out of pocket to $2,000, somebody's got to pay for that. So what happened was the liability was on insurance companies, so now they have to pick up that extra cost.
The other reason for the exits, changes to Medicare itself.
All Medicare Advantage plans negotiate a price to take care of their services with Medicare. They contract, and a lot of those pricings or the contracts they negotiate with Medicare were cut.
Teska says if you are losing coverage, it's a good idea to reach out to a local independent insurance agency to go over your options.
A lot of times we can tailor a plan so they don't have to change their doctor. They can keep the same doctor, keep the same pharmacy.
But Vernon County residents say politicians should be doing more to help.
I'm hoping that people remember all these issues and these problems when they go to the voting booth the next time. But how we are going to live through the time until we get there is going to be very difficult.
Open enrollment for Medicare opens next week on the 15th, and it'll close December 7th. Reporting in Viroqua, Allison Fergit, News 8 Now.
Some very impactful changes there. Meanwhile, the city of La Crosse is starting hydrant flushing Monday. You need to be aware of this. The maintenance will start on the northern side of the city, then moving south. It'll last 2 to 3 days. Because of this, you might notice lower water pressure, even some discoloration. If that does happen, city officials say just run a tap until it clears up. The La Crosse Adventure Film Festival is underway. 5 days of film, stories, and outdoor events. It opened with Wild Women Wednesday at the Pump House, a night of film spotlighting women in adventure. The week includes everything from storytelling at Mount La Crosse to kids rock climbing at UWL. Organizers say it's all about one thing, getting people out there.
It's community building. So we have this great partnership with the Rivley and the Rivley Arts District, who are such huge contributors to our community. And I think it's just this gathering space where people can come and have this shared experience.
Each day also features a $1,000 giveaway to other local organizations like the conservation group WisCorp. In our medical news today, a California jury ordered Johnson & Johnson to pay $966 million in a talcum powder lawsuit. A family claimed their loved one died of cancer caused by asbestos-contaminated baby powder. The company stopped selling talcum baby powder 2 years ago after tens of thousands of lawsuits, you may remember. Johnson & Johnson says it will appeal the ruling. 6 former surgeons general, meantime, appointed by both Republican and Democratic presidents, are warning that Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is endangering the nation's health. In a Washington Post op-ed, they say science and expertise have taken a backseat to ideology and misinformation, causing harm to the American public. And now we'll send it over to meteorologist Art Jarrett. He's got a look at our morning commute.
Okay, you do know we have the frost potential out there. Prairie du Chien is not in this, nor is Eau Claire, nor is Ladysmith. So Rusk County all the way down to Chippewa Valley, and then once again down to the south. You're holding on to the possibility of clearing skies out there right now. You may have a few clouds out there sticking around. You can see out there in the distance, but right now we're holding on to clear skies. Getting how this all plays out for Eau Claire. Similar conditions. Now, some of these clouds are still, some of that fog is still holding on there. There's a little bit of fog trying to develop out there as well. We get into the kids going to school today. 40 degrees for La Crosse, 67 degrees for the high today for you there. Plenty of sunshine in the forecast. And of course, the possibility of some fog, well, we'll see for Eau Claire. They may have a better chance. 33 degrees out there. Chilly conditions for some as well as you get into it. 66 degrees for the high today for there in seasonal. We'll hold on to the highs today. Seasonal for everybody else. Widespread 60s today. So we'll also pick up again as we go into it tonight. Rainfall for La Crosse. You can see it coming in from the 10 o'clock hour all the way to at least the 5 o'clock hour in the morning. Similar for Eau Claire as well. 9 a.m. in the morning all the way to 9 a.m. at night all the way into tomorrow morning around 3 o'clock with clouds still lingering on. Take a peek. Sunshine will prevail. A little bit of rainfall in the morning for La Crosse tomorrow. Then clouds diminish. We'll pick up more sunshine in the day with similar conditions for Eau Claire. Cloudier skies that linger a little bit more so, but sunshine is on the way. Highs for Friday, breezy and gusty as well with 60s and 70s on the way. Back to you.
Thank you, Art. It's getting more expensive to visit Disney. Peak ticket prices now over $200. We'll tell you how much you'll pay in your Morning Buzz Report.
Stock up this month with the Holman Locker and Meat Market's 10-pound sale. Save on pork loin roast, ground beef, chicken breast, and chuck roast. Please call to order. Holman Locker and Meat Market and much, much more.
You already know. Derek Van Orden voted for the largest Medicaid cut in history. Nursing homes may be forced to close. Rural hospitals in Wisconsin at risk of closure. And tens of thousands of Wisconsinites could lose health coverage. But did you know Van Orden's vote could raise electricity costs in Wisconsin $300 a year? Also, Van Orden could give wealthy elites another tax break. Tell Derek Van Orden, stop making us pay more.
Get an 11% rebate on everything for your bathroom project. Pfister creates thoughtfully designed faucets and fixtures that will fit perfectly with your style. Get this Henlo bathroom faucet for $48.94 after rebate. Transform your bathroom with our great selection of Lion showers, bathtubs, and surrounds. They're easy to install and keep clean. Get this Wave shower for $519.99 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
Really painful feet. I had no idea what was going on. It's hard to put in words how gratifying it is to have that kind of pain gone.
See for yourself with a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
In 1969, Taco John's combined Western traditions with Mexican flavors and created West Mex. More than 50 years later, it still tastes like a good idea. West Mex meals start at just $5, only at Taco John's.
What if buying a car felt easy? At Maury's Auto Group, it does. With Maury's Best Price First, there's no haggling, no hassle, just upfront, honest pricing. And with Maury's team, you get guidance, not pressure. You always get more with Maury's. More help, more clarity, and more value. Test drive and compare the top midsize SUVs at our Drive to Compare event, Saturday, October 11th at La Crosse Speedway. Details at drivetocompare.com or go to Maury'sAuto.com and get more with Maury's.
I have been working at Firefighters Credit Union for over 20 years and been in the mortgage business for 30 years. We get a lot of people that like to shop around, and I encourage people to shop around for mortgages. And the one thing that you hear over and over is that we're for real. What they hear on the commercials is what they see when they come and see any of our employees. All these things together are what make Firefighters Credit Union the team you can trust.
'Cause everybody's welcome at Firefighters Credit Union.
Holman Locker and Meat Market, your place for fresh, quality, local meat. Now's the time to stock up with our fall bundle. Call and order yours today. Eat healthy, shop local at your Holman Locker and Meat Market, and much, much more.
All right, getting into forecast, back to the zones to show you what's happening. Everybody's getting the sunshine today, whether you have a few high clouds or just straight up sunshine. 60s holding on today. You'll see some upper 60s in the forecast. You'll also see some middle 60s as you look into Westby as well, down to Prairie du Chien, 68 degrees for you there. Other locations to the east, we have upper 60s mixed in there now. This continues to keep changing as the forecast continues to alter. We'll hold on to Trempealeau, 68, 67 in La Crosse. Plenty of sunshine there with a few high clouds for La Crosse. Back up to Osseo here, holding on to 66 degrees. You'll see again conditions to be pleasant out there as well and seasonal. Back over to Eau Claire, you're holding on to a few high clouds. Some locations by Chippewa Valley, you hold on to more of those clouds still holding on there, with mostly sunny skies diminishing as we go through the evening. And of course, you've got again Ladysmith holding on to 65 degrees and of course sunny. What's going to happen is you're going to get these clouds coming in. They break down a little bit as we go into the 1 o'clock hour as you're seeing them over the Twin Cities. Then that cloud cover tries to stretch across the river, and as it does, eventually by the 8 o'clock hour, temperatures have dropped down in the 50s. You'll see that light rainfall try to cross the river again. Then it does once it gets over to Eau Claire. Now notice this was over Eau Claire, that little storm activity by the time we got in the 9 o'clock hour. You see it by at least the 10 o'clock hour now, 10:30. Showers are starting to move in as that line starts across the river and moves over. It gets into La Crosse as well with lighter rainfall, heavier rainfalls up to the north, but then that breaks down. We get in the 12 o'clock hour for midnight. The bulk of that rainfall is already past Ladysmith and working towards Wausau. We'll also see another line coming back again behind it, trailing with a little light shower activity. That comes back again with another one and starts to evolve a little bit, where it gets a little bit of lineage, I should say linear development out of that. And then you can see once it gets out of there, we start to see the rainfall dissipate up by Eau Claire. Then it starts to break down over by La Crosse as well, and it tracks to the east. And that's by the 8 o'clock hour. We're pretty much done with the rainfall. So you go into 6 o'clock hour, and tomorrow morning you've got maybe a shower or two, some sprinkles. Then it goes into 7 p.m. a.m., excuse me, and you've got maybe a few light sprinkles to maybe some mist and getting out of the way. Drier conditions finish out for Friday in the afternoon, but it will be breezy and gusty all the way to the evening commute, then it breaks down. Potential for frost, you could see it for Friday possibly, as well as Saturday going to Sunday. We'll also see highs for Friday where you're seeing widespread 60s, 70s down to the south, and as I mentioned, gusts up to about 26 miles per hour possible. Now that keeps changing as well. We'll hold on to Saturday's lows, and then the highs, you're seeing the possibility of some 60s getting to widespread for that, and then still seasonal. Sunday's lows in the 40s, and so maybe not some frost, but it looks pretty decent to get some 60s and seasonal temperatures to go into your day. And of course, you're mowing your lawn. You've got green lights all the way from today all the way and beyond going into your Friday and Saturday, with the possibility of, again, sunshine for Saturday and partly cloudy skies coming back in, rainfall for Sunday, and then Sunday night going into Monday as well. Then we go drier for your Tuesday.
In your Morning Buzz report, Disney is raising theme park prices. The increases vary by park and time of year. Peak single-day tickets now cost $209 at Disney World's Magic Kingdom and $224 if you're visiting in California, both about 5% higher than last year. Disney is offering some discounts on multi-night packages to try to offset those increases. Some of your favorite stars are coming to dance. The lineup for the Dancing with the Stars Live 2026 tour is out. You can expect 10 dancing pros, 74 dates, and one unforgettable tour. Pre-sale and VIP tickets are on sale now.
This game, it fills stadiums overseas. And it's only a matter of time before I'm staring at you from the cover of a Wheaties box.
A secret screening at the New York Film Festival turned out to be the world premiere of Marty Supreme. Star Timothée Chalamet and director Josh Safdie were on hand for the surprise. Marty Supreme opens in theaters Christmas Day. Before we head to break, it's time to look at today's Look Who's 8.
All right, Evelyn is turning 8. She has great sense of humor. She loves gymnastics as well.
And a super cute cat.
Wow.
Jameson is also turning 8. He loves building Legos and going camping. Happy birthday.
If you know a special someone turning 8 weeks, 8 months, 8 years, 18, 80, or 88 years old soon, we'd love to feature them.
Just upload their photo to our website, news8000.com. Look for the Submit Pictures button underneath the Home tab. Stay with us. We have everything you need to know in 5 minutes or less. Your Morning News Now is up next.
I'll give you 10 grand for it, and that's a great deal.
It's easy to take a bad deal when you don't know what you have.
$25,000 is a great personal injury settlement.
Do your research and object to anything less than the best. Call BGR.
It's Oktoberfest at Fleet Farm with big fun in store for the whole family. Don't miss our Toyland opening at 7 a.m. Saturday, October 11th, where the first 125 customers will get our free annual Toyland toy. Along with toys, kids can get their hands on some real big rigs at our Touch a Truck event from noon till 3. And be sure to enter our pretzel count contest for a chance to win a Fleet Farm gift card. Stop in and celebrate Oktoberfest with us all month long. It's our way of thanking you for shopping Fleet Farm.
If you want selection, then that's what we've got at King Furniture. More sofas, more recliners, more mattresses, more of everything. You're gonna find whatever you want, and you're gonna find plenty of it. And it's all priced to go with 0% easy payment plans. And as always, trade in your old furniture for a discount on new. We'll even deliver and haul away for free. Just try that anywhere else. Come visit King Furniture today.
Great, right?
I love it.
Get that Wi-Fi going.
Light the fire.
You got it?
All right.
You can go
Go down.
Our house is a very, very, very fine house. Now everything is easy 'cause of you.
It's Spectrum Fiber-powered internet, the most reliable internet you can count on. It's only everything.
It's Hy-Vee's one-day sale, Friday, October 10th. Hy-Vee eggs, just $1.48. Hy-Vee chicken breasts, 2 for $4. Halos mandarins, 3 pounds, just $3.97. Pork chops, 69 cents. Ragu pasta sauce, 99 cents. Save on Hy-Vee potato or tortilla chips and canned pumpkin. Plus, you'll find even more great deals across the store. Save in-store and online, one day only. Friday, October 10th, only at Hy-Vee.
The lawyer you choose makes a difference because you get this one chance to get this right, and you want somebody that's going to fight for you and get you the resolution that you need. I'm so glad that I called BGR.
Taking you right inside the action, Friday Night Print. Every Friday night at 10, right here on News 8.
The First Warn Weather app. Download it today. Thank you for watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
Well, the Brewers came up short in Game 3 last night, falling 4-3 at Wrigley. But before the first pitch, fans brought the energy on the Brewers Express. That's a sold-out train ride from Milwaukee to Chicago with mascots, music, and brats for breakfast. The trip turned into a rolling pep rally, all in blue and gold. And guess what? They get to do it again tonight. The teams will match off again at 8 p.m.
The La Crosse Common Council meets this afternoon to vote on two major spending proposals. The first is a new director of operations position that would help the mayor. The city is also considering a separate city administrator position. The two are similar, but differ in who they report to. The council also votes on a $623,000 bike lane safety project. A state grant would cover about half that. We'll have the results of the vote on News 8 tonight. Live at City Hall, Seth Padilla, News 8 Now this morning.
The Trump administration might sell student debt to the private market. Borrowers, that means your loan terms wouldn't change, though. Protections like fixed interest and income-driven repayment plans would stay intact. Federal law allows the sale only if there's no cost to taxpayers.
It's going to be very hard to find a private loan market that wants to take on these loans. You know, they can't be sold off in a way that reduces the value of those loans.
The administration hasn't made a decision when it comes to selling the debt. Schoen says borrowers can reach out if they have any questions. The city of La Crosse will start hydrant flushing Monday. The maintenance will start on the north side, then moving south. It'll last 2 to 3 days. It could cause lower water pressure or discoloration. If your water is discolored, just run your tap until it clears.
All right, as we get into your local forecast today, this is what I've got going on for you. Please, we have some sunshine today, widespread 60s getting your forecast, so quite seasonal. Then as we get into the evening, I should say late evening, holding on to some rainfall going to the overnight hours and into your early morning for La Crosse as well as Eau Claire in your forecast. Then eventually after that, more sunshine on the way for you as we roll right back into your temperatures for your Saturday. A little bit breezy as well getting into the morning. And then eventually we've got some rainfall coming in for Sunday night going into Monday for your holiday. Have a wonderful day.
Okay, looking pretty good out there.
Yeah,
nice time to get outside.
Except for, you need a jacket and a beanie.
You do need it. Yeah, this morning you do. Yeah, as the afternoon goes on, it'll be nice. All right, thank you. Thanks for waking up with us. We'll see you back here at noon.